We have learned how to find the mean, median, or mode of a numerical data. Analysis of this data is useful to draw some useful inferences. Generally, a common man is more interested in the important aspects of the data. To attract attention to important aspects of the data, it can be represented in different ways. Example, annual budget of a family, or players which are out while playing kabaddi, etc. Presentation of data. The methods of data interpretation which are easy to use are pictorial and graphical presentation. Different methods of data interpretation are as follows. Data presentation can be represented in three ways: tabulation, pictorial presentation, and graphical method. Tabulation is of two types, for ungrouped data and for grouped data. Pictorial presentation can be done by two ways: bar diagram and pie diagram. Bar diagram is of four types: simple, joint, divided, and percentage bar diagram. Graphical method includes three types of graphs: histogram, line graph, and frequency polygon. We have studied some of these methods and graphs in previous standards. Now we will learn how to use a histogram, frequency polygon, and pie diagram. Histogram. In this method, x-axis and y-axis are drawn on the graph paper and the columns drawn are joined to each other. For this, the classes have to be made continuous. Study the following example. Example. The table below shows the daily sales of some shopkeepers. Draw a histogram representing the information. Daily sales in 1000 rupees. Number of shops. 2 to 4000 rupees, 22 shops. 5 to 7000 rupees, 34 shops. 8 to 10,000 rupees, 15 shops. 11 to 13,000 rupees, 21 shops. 14 to 16,000 rupees, 8 shops. Solution. As the given classes are not continuous, let us make them continuous. Continuous classes. Frequency. 1.5 to 4.5, 22. 4.5 to 7.5, 34. 7.5 to 10.5, 15. 10.5 to 13.5, 21. 13.5 to 16.5, 8. Show the frequencies on y-axis with the proper scale. Method of drawing a histogram. If the given classes are not continuous, make them continuous. Such classes are called extended class intervals. Show the extended classes on the x-axis with the proper scale. Show the frequencies of y-axis with a proper scale. Taking each extended class as the base, draw rectangles with heights proportional to the frequencies. On the x-axis, this mark is called the crink mark and it is shown between the origin and the first class. It means there are no observations up to the first class. The crink mark can be used on the y-axis as well if needed. This enables us to draw a graph of optimum size. Example. The following table shows the amount donated by students from a class. Draw a histogram with the given information. Amount in rupees. Number of students. 6 to 10 rupees, 35 students. 11 to 15 rupees, 25 students. 16 to 20 rupees, 18 students. 21 to 25 rupees, 32 students. 26 to 30 rupees, 45 students. Solution. Now here we will have to make the classes continuous. Amount in rupees and frequency. 5.5 to 10.5, 35. 10.5 to 15.5, 25. 15.5 to 20.5, 18. 20.5 to 25.5, 32. 25.5 to 30.5, 45. Show the classes on x-axis and frequency on y-axis. Plot the continuous classes on x-axis and frequency on the y-axis. Horizontal marks are drawn on the graph paper according to the frequencies. The columns are drawn accordingly. Columns with different frequencies are marked differently. Now our histogram is ready. Frequency polygon. This is another way of data presentation. There are two methods of drawing a frequency polygon. First, with the help of a histogram, and second, without the help of a histogram. We shall use the histogram from the previous example for drawing the frequency polygon. To draw frequency polygon, assume that rectangle of 0 height exists preceding the first rectangle and mark its midpoint. Similarly, assume rectangle of 0 height succeeding the last rectangle and mark its midpoint. Mark the midpoint of upper side of each rectangle in the histogram. Join all midpoints in order by line segments. The closed figure that is obtained is the frequency polygon. Draw a frequency polygon without drawing a histogram. We will use the above example for this as well. Amount in rupees, number of students. 6 to 10 rupees, 35 students. 11 to 15 rupees, 25 students. 16 to 20 rupees, 18 students. 21 to 25 rupees, 32 students. 26 to 30 rupees, 45 students. Amount in rupees and frequency. 5.5 to 10.5, 35. 10.5 to 15.5, 25. 15.5 to 20.5, 18. 20.5 to 25.5, 32. 25.5 to 30.5, 45. Hence, class, class mark, frequency and coordinates of points. For class 0 to 5, class mark is 2.75, frequency is 0, therefore the coordinates are 2.750. For class 6 to 10, class mark is 8, frequency is 35, therefore the coordinates are 835. For class 11 to 15, class mark is 13, frequency is 25, therefore the coordinates are 1325. For class 16 to 20, class mark is 18, frequency is 18, therefore the coordinates are 1818. For class 21 to 25, class mark is 23, frequency is 32, therefore the coordinates are 2332. Class 26 to 30, class mark is 28, frequency is 45, therefore the coordinates are 2845. For class 31 to 35, class mark is 33, frequency is 0, therefore the coordinates are 33, 0. The corresponding points are plotted on the graph paper. Join the plotted points in order by line segments. This is the frequency polygon. Let us solve an example whenever the graphs are provided. First example. Answer the following questions based on the frequency polygon given in the adjacent figure. Questions. State the two classes whose frequency is the same. Write the class in which the frequency is the least and state the frequency. Write the frequency of the class 20 to 25. State the class whose frequency is 60. Which class has the frequency 80? Solution. The frequency of classes 5 to 10 and 20 to 30 is the same. The frequency of two classes 0 to 5 and 40 to 45 is the least, that is 0. The frequency of class 20 to 25 is 120. The frequency of class 10 to 15 is 60. The frequency of class 5 to 10 is 80. What did we learn? The data can be interpreted by pictorial and graphical presentation. In graphical method, the presentation is done by histogram, line graph, and frequency polygon method. The classes have to be made continuous while drawing a histogram. The columns can be drawn with proper scales on X and Y axis. Frequency polygon can be drawn by two methods. First, with the help of a histogram, and second, without drawing the histogram. Both the figures are closed figures. Exercise. The following table shows the number of factories and the average time required to make one car in a factory. Draw a histogram to show the information. The following table shows the number of students and the average time taken by a student to write answer sheets in an exam. Draw a frequency polygon with the help of a histogram. Show the following data by a frequency polygon. Observe the following frequency polygon and write the answers of the questions given below. Write the class having frequency 200. Which is the class having class mark 30.5? Write the class having frequency 0. Write the class having the maximum frequency. What is the maximum frequency?